The best luxury car, then I'm pretty sure almost all the answers would come back with a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. And that's for good reason, because the S-Class has been synonymous with wealth and power for decades. But if you've ever watched a news bulletin in Asia, you'll realize that government officials and celebrities prefer to ride in a very different sort of car. It's this, the Toyota Alphard. Let's find out why. Firstly, a big thank you to Vans West for letting me film the Alphard today. Vans West are an importer of JDM cars and they've got a pretty sweet selection on offer. I'll put the link in the description. The Alphard was first launched in 2002 in Japan and very quickly rose to become Japan's best-selling minivan. And through the generations, it has also asserted its dominance in Asia, being the car that you want to be driven in and seen in. And this is a 2017 model. It's not the newest, but it is the same generation. The reason why we chose this one is because it has the executive lounge package, something that you'll see very shortly. Underneath the bonnet and almost buried underneath the very short front end is a 3.5-litre V6 engine. It's the same V6 that Toyota have made for probably the last 2,000 years, so you know it's going to be reliable. And power numbers are 276 horsepower and 344 Newton meters of torque. Onto the styling, let's start at the front. Now, Toyota have been known for making some pretty mad grills lately. Just have a look at the one in the Avalon they sell in the US. And the Alphard is no different. Just have a look at how many grill fins there are at the front. This one has the Modelist body kit. And if you're wondering what this is, now Toyota in Japan, they put a different emblem on their more luxury and high-end cars, just to let you know and to let people know that you're driving something a little bit more special than a standard Toyota. Onto the side profile. Now this thing is a van, so there's only so much you can do to make it look cool and sleek, but Toyota have tried their best. There is this line which goes from the sliding door and it is a reverse kink all the way up, and it does make it look pretty unique. Is it beautiful? I'll let you figure out that one in the comments below. And once again, the body kit and the pretty nice alloy wheels. This thing is quite large, it's 4.92 meters long, but because it is a van and the boxy styling, almost all of that translates into interior room. Speaking of the interior, let's have a look inside. So let's get to the part that you're waiting for, which are these executive lounge back seats. From the moment you open these electric sliding doors, you know you're in for something pretty special. Of course, they're electric to close. First of all, your feet get treated to this very plush and deep fiber carpet. Then as you settle into these seats, they are anything but ordinary. Most people that I've seen describe these as first-class lounge suites, and I completely agree. So let's show you some of the cool features. Let's start with these headrests. They're very similar to airline-style seats in the fact that they've got a slight wing shape, but if you want to sleep, you can actually pull these even closer together. So if you're lounging and you fall asleep, you can rest your head on these side wings. There are blinds in the windows, so you can effortlessly block out all the poor people so you don't have to look at them. There's a leather-clad handrail to assist yourself as you're getting into the car as well. But the really cool part of the seats are in these armrests. So if you flip one of them open on the left, there are controls for the entire seat. So as you may have guessed, yes, they do recline, and they recline a long way back. You can almost go flat. And of course, you can raise the leg rest. But it does more than that, because this is the first car that I've ever seen. Can you not only raise the leg rest, but if you're tall like me, you can actually extend them as well. And when you lie down in the seat, the view is just complete luxury. There are these ambient lighting strips that run along the side of the car. You can also control the intensity and the color. And you've got this huge moonroof so you can stare out into the sky. These are truly the best car seats I've ever sat in. But that's not all. So if you're all reclined, there is a button that with one push that moves everything back into the upright position. And they are also temperature controlled. These seats are heated and cooled. Just push it to activate it and turn in the direction that you want, either heating or cooling. There are also 2-person memory for each of the seats. But we're not done yet, because we also have the other armrest. So open this up. There is a small storage pocket that you can fit your phone or some small snacks. But if you want to eat those snacks or do some work, what do? Well, the Alphard has you sorted because it has a table. That's right, a table that releases with just one button. That never gets old. Even the mechanism feels so refined and smooth. Just look at that. And you can slide the table backwards and forwards as well. So you can easily eat your snacks or do a little bit of work. Now the table isn't the biggest, so it's not a full-size tray table, but it's good to have nonetheless. And remember, this is a table in your car. The surface is in this really nice wood grain finish. Oh, even do some ASMR on the table surface if you liked. And there is also an additional cup holder, one for every seat. As these are individual captain's chairs, the seat belts are mounted directly on the seats themselves, and you can move these backwards and forwards as they're on runners. They're not electric, but they're pretty well weighted, so it doesn't take much effort at all. There's also additional cup holders in each of the doors. In the front center console, there are two storage areas, a smaller one and a bigger bin for all your larger objects. And the Alphard is also equipped with a huge entertainment system. Now, for input, there's HDMI, which you would expect, and Toyota have kept the video output in analog form. You've got yellow, white, and red pins. It's been a long time since I've seen that, and I don't know anything that will plug into those in the first place. On the left, there is a 100 volt outlet. This is a Japanese outlet, so for Australia, that's pretty useless. But the Alphard doesn't just have one, it has three. There are also one in each of the captain's chairs. So theoretically, you could have 2 or 3 laptops powered at the same time. And if you wanted to make a smoothie, you could use the table and get your little blender to go. Another cool feature is getting into the third row. With most MPVs, you have to manually push the backrest forward and then pull another lever to slide the whole seat forward. But with the Alphard, you just press one button. Now you can see that the seat is currently fixed, but with one button, this electrically slides it forward. It also unlocks the seat sliding mechanism. So with one hand, you can just push it forward and you can see just how light it is. And once you're in the back seats, there's a lever you can pull to slide the second row back in place. And when you're happy with the legroom, just push this and the seat back returns to normal. And once again, that will actually lock the seat slider as well. So now it's fully set. Getting out is the same process. Just push the button, wait for the seat to go all the way in forward, which also locks the slider. But the room to get out and the way you get out requires a little bit more finesse. Whilst the really cool features are reserved for second row passengers, the front passenger seat isn't shortchanged either. Now the seats are electric and very comfortable, but so are most luxury cars. But how many luxury cars have you seen where the front passenger seat gets their own electric footrest? And it goes up pretty high, which makes long distance journeys even more comfortable. The Alphard also wins the prize for the best front passenger seat cup holder design. It's hidden underneath the air vent. And ready? Look at that! It's so fun to play with, and it fits a decent sized water bottle as well. And finally, you get to the driver's seat. Now this is where your chauffeur will be sitting, and it's a very nice place to be. As mentioned before, the materials used on the Alphard are fantastic, from this very supple headliner to the leather seats. There's leather cladding everywhere, and everything feels very solidly built. Except for one thing. There is this center console, which is hinged on both sides. What that means is that the driver can open from their side, but if the passenger wants to open it, they can do it from there as well. The problem is the hinge mechanism is quite flimsy, and when you do open it, there's a worrying amount of shake in the center console, but other than that, it is very, very nice. It is typical Toyota, so everything is very logically laid out. This is a Japanese model.
特別メモリが登録されていません。登録してからお使いください。
So all the buttons are in Japanese, so good luck understanding what they do. But that's just for the infotainment system, but all of the other drive controls are very easy to figure out. So what do I think of the Toyota Alphard? Well, if you're lucky enough to be driven around places, then this is an incredibly comfortable place to be. It outranks any sedan or SUV in its price category for space and comfort. And in Australia at least, it's still a pretty rare sighting. What do you think of the Toyota Alphard? Of course, let us know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to keep up with the latest reviews, and I'll see you in the next one.